And we are in the server for the decider here between Monte and Apeks. One way or another, one of these teams will find their way into the grand final of Season 45 of Challenger League. And the other is going to be left a little disappointed. This one has got it all on the line.
DemQQ, you need to do so much. Your teammates are so far off. A few warning shots, but gets off the angle. And actually,
look at this.
Monte and how they like to over-rotate. It looks like the right move right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've spotted one, maybe two players there from DemQQ, but they know the setup. And now they're ready. The utility is on, but everybody's here for Monte. So on first contact, all the guns start chiming in and the bodies start dropping like flies. They realize, Apeks realize, what's up? They're bailing, they're rotating, they're fleeing towards B, and they should win this foot race. No problems on. A bomb plant going to be secured, but they're down in the numbers. And Monte, it's going to be all about this retake. SDY's waited just in case it was a bit of a double fake, but now they'll group up, they'll mass. And they'll clear back in. Nawwk is a good spot around this pillar. He strikes first. And now sows a little bit of chaos in, but Waro and Krasnal ready to surf the seas of the chaotic pistol round. Trying to get on the tap, trying to get on the face, down to the 1v1, down to the clutch, the face on in, and Waro finds the shot he needs just in time.
That was an excellent attempt from JL. Excellent attempt, but Waro was too much. Too much. Apeks, in a lot of ways, Apeks didn't do that much wrong. They committed to their A hit. There were so many people. They called cancel as soon as they realized. They get the bomb down. And Monte just hit the better shots on the retake. That's how pistol rounds work. SDY, we saw this yesterday. He is a... I need an S word. A shotgun... I want to say connoisseur, but I want it to be an S. Give me a word.
Savoir? It's kind of a word. Shotgun. Oh, there's a word. Starts with an S and an L. But, I don't think it's as appropriate. Shotgun savorer? That's the best word, I guess.
No, I'm not allowing that.
Yeah.
Shotgun.
Yeah, I don't think there's a good one here for you, Alan. Sorry, Thesaurus not making its mark, but the shotgun certainly will. One found. A trade there, honestly, pretty good, considering the XM's potential, and now they've cleaned out A. Apeks have rattled this setup. The bomb's going to make its way in. Krasnal, can he stop it? No, not quite. And now the double swing, actually just to confirm, a bit of a risk, but the round is theirs.
Dominant. Dominant, 4 alive. They found an AWP, which Waro bought. This could be better. This could not be better. Monte's money's in the bin. And this is a map where it can be pretty tricky to get CC rounds. That is frightening. That is frightening. And it's something very few teams in this tournament could do to Monte. Win a round like that in such convincing fashion. The magic coming.
A little bit starting to brew. First steps of the spell have been cast, haven't they?
A 4-man B push. You don't see this every day.
This on the flank. Nawwk watching for it. She's been the leg shot so far, though. But look at how much this has stalled Apeks out. They're trying to figure out where they can go. That shot not on, and they might miss any further opportunities. Kixan clearing this out towards B. Waro wants to fight, but he can't zero in the kill. And now he's gone. The B site is vacant, and it is just DemQQ. Ooh, might surprise one. Bit of damage done here. Not the worst thing in the world, but the round firmly for Apeks.
Huge credit to Kixan. That did get awkward, didn't it? After they spot the B push. man to the deficit. Kicksan just goes in. He says that I'm going to create some space. If I see a stack, I'll send the troops elsewhere. And he makes very good for his squad. This one's the heavier eco. For Monte. And, oh my lord. 5-man push from Dark. Super aggressive. STYKO. What's happening?
3
on 2.
3. How on earth? They've lost the canal fight. They had everyone here. They had all the weaponry. But they've lost the engagement. Boros tagged low, but he gets the dink. He gets the dink, Alan.
So they're gonna prioritize the site, but it means a gun is available.
He's gonna have it now.
Jakem's really... What is Jakem doing?
He thinks it's a hunt, or he thinks he's gonna read the rotation over from B?
Play for the round, brother.
Very far off. You're not gonna be able to stop a 10-second defuse if it comes through, but Kicksan won't allow it. No problem there.
That got way too nervy. I can't believe. How on earth do they trade into a 3-on-2 briefly on pistols with no armor?
Anti-magic. Good damage done. There's a little bit of cash in reserve here for Apeks, but still, that's going to mean that they've only one buy in the tank if this goes awry. So we get the investment back from Monte. We got our first full gun round here. And Monte would very much like to assert themselves early.
For those who haven't watched a lot of Monte here on the CTL of Ancient, let's say aggressive might be the word. They like a push. Boros? Boros tried to play the edge of the lurk smoke and lost out.
Kicksan was expecting that. And I think Apeks have started to get a really good feel for Monte if they didn't already coming into the series, right? We've seen a lot of these punishes. It's the case with Monte. You throw a smoke, and they're like moths to the flame. They're either going to push the edge of it or straight through it. And so you're seeing Apeks set up these smokes, leaving some gaps, whether that's intentional or not, and just wait. Bait the trap. Set your crosshair. Find the kills. And now the bomb is down. And the question becomes, Monte, can they tame their nature? Can they overcome it if they're finding that these pushes, that this aggression is getting checked? Can they switch gears?
Gotta save these guns. Kicksan's around. There'll be a 4th stage loss bonus as Kicksan looks dead to rights here. Yes, he is. But they can't get too far forwards. Oh my lord. Committed in front of the molly. And now there is no way they're going to buy in the next. Surely not. Have a kill for SDY. They'll get 2,900 from losing this round. And Apeks are losing a lot of guns. I guess it's worth it if they get all of them out in the end from the Monte squad. It's been very costly for both teams as SDY tucks in the corner. I think he'll just about survive. There he goes. And yeah, it really shouldn't be a buy now. Because we asked the questions throughout for Monte. We didn't catch the Spirit Academy Monte game was played off stream earlier in the day. That's why we didn't catch it here on the A stream. We've asked the question so many times. When is somebody going to be able to brunt the onslaught? When will somebody be able to punch these over rotations, over zealous moves? Let's say hectic late rounds and after plants. That really has been Apex's route into this match. Towards the end of Mirage and now.
That's deep. Now we get the explode, but Boros blows it right back. That's a big kill onto DemQQ. Gives them the advantage. Both players are coming from the same direction. There's not a second element to this approach. And a Molotov and a flash, even just to slow this potential down. That smoke's maybe a bit shallow. There's something that could be worked around the edge of it. As we've seen, that's maybe something that Apeks have come to expect. If we get an interview with Apeks, I really do want to know if they're intentionally leaving some gaps in these smokes to draw Monte in.
I'd be surprised. I think it's more the awareness. They've played Monte a lot of times now. a lot of times. It's pretty dialed in. And I mean, we had questions for those that weren't around in the upper bracket final. That was the game that got the winner into the grand final. It was Apeks against Spirit Academy. Unfortunately, we're not quite sure why. Hopefully nothing serious. Kixan wasn't available. They had to use a player from their academy team. They gave it a pretty good go, to be honest, given the situation. But we were left with the what ifs, weren't we? The what if the full lineup had been there. How would they face up against Spirit Academy? Bit of a shame they're in the lower bracket. Based on what I've seen so far here on Anubis, they're just warming up. This has been brilliant.
Tags on. There you go. Knock with the explosion. That's the first piece to fall. Boros down with no answer. And that's the site lost. And now the question is, does Monte have enough discipline to cut their losses here and back away? Woro and DemQQ aren't even looking at it. SDY looks like he's going to set up to try and punish some exits. But frankly, at this point, with the bank that Apeks have, it's tough to have any impact that's going to meaningfully matter.
I don't think Apeks are a team that's going to hunt desperately either. If they're going to go for this, you can use their nades remaining and likely play together. Those are some beastly entries straight through the dark smoke. That's how they got Kraz now. And then Boros had to deal with B main as well as Dark. Too much. Jchem collects that orb. They know where DemQQ is. 9 HP. Kixan jumping up, gets the frag. And that's the buy in the next, if not out the window, on the verge. What? Does Warrior even have time to look at his teammates' money before he buys there? Instant hero orb.
Yeah.
And he buys, he bought nades as well. He thought it was a gun. Something weird has happened there. He thought it was a gun round.
We saw this on Mirage as well, right? I think it's just the Woro effect. If he can buy an op, he is going to do so.
He wasn't thinking about it. I'm telling you, he just bought. He didn't even look.
We'll see if he can justify it. Full faith in his might. SDY won't live to see it. Naded into oblivion with barely a face, and now it's all about DemQQ. Stuck on A with a 5-7 to try and hold them at bay. And Boros has just been found elsewhere, so the bomb is at least a little vulnerable, but Nox going to start to join up with his comrades in mid. And I think they're being a little wary just in case this is where perhaps the hero op is, or a rifle of some sort. They know the tendencies of Monte. But now they're with the numbers. The spacing is phenomenal. The spacing is grand. DemQQ does find himself the one, but the trade's instant. The bomb is down, and Woro's left to save this AWP.
This money's getting out of control, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apeks have had a lot of clean rounds. I'm honestly thankful Woro can save this AWP, because their buy would be in a funky place had he lost it. Okay. We know that Monte aren't the most fond of pauses, but I really think they need one. Because this half is on the precipice of really spiraling out of control. If Monte want 5 rounds out of this half, they're going to have to work so hard for it. There's going to be continual buys from Apeks. And from what they've shown so far, they can get mid control. They're comfortable splitting A after getting that. They got roots onto B early on in the round. It's pretty unthinkable that Apeks aren't going to get quite a few bomb plants too. And is Kraz now debating a secondary AWP? He hasn't bought a rifle yet. Let's wait and see.
All eyes on his buy.
I'm trying to just recall the previous gun rounds. The last one was the pop through the dark smoke, the fast B split. Was the one before that when Monte got really aggressive and lost 2 players fast?
I think we've only had the one proper gun round, right?
No, I think we had one before that. It was the round that Boros got caught around the B lurk smoke, and then Woro pushed mid and died.
Right, you are.
But you are right, because their money got reset, they haven't had a lot of investments, have they?
Hasn't been much. It's been a lot of, and of course, with Monte, they're always going to be drawn into a little bit more investment than perhaps they should have. That flashbang, though, that's good. It was Nox. It was Nox. Oh no, miscue, mistiming here, and Nock fully blinds up his teammates as they go through the smoke. STY capitalizes, and that's a big problem on for Apeks. It's been looking so good, but that miscue might have cost them dearly. Oro aggressive on this.
Is this too much? He dies. He
Spotted.
does.
There it is. Overextension. Waro down. Op out of play. He's still got a man advantage. But it is just Krasnal isolated here on the site, and Kickson's coming looking for him.
Oh, if he peeks the other side of this pillar. Oh, Krasnal.
Shadow gives it away. Great awareness there. But look at STYKO. STYKO's out on A. STYKO's out behind the pillar. He's got the first. Does he expect the second? DemQQ here making noise, but DemQQ rallies. And so Nock is left on his lonesome.
Every kill here matters. Limit this economy. The 2 frags is still pretty decent, but if Nock can get anything more, peeks in through these angles. DemQQ, such an off angle behind the table. That's a good one. Use that at home. It's pretty decent for Monte in the end. Let's watch that mid engagement again. What actually happened there? Did the flash not go round the corner?
I think it did, but it was to blind the player who's playing ahead of the double doors, right? And so it doesn't catch STY at all because he's behind the pillar. Instead, it catches his 2 teammates. And maybe they expected it a little bit earlier. I don't know what exactly it was, but catastrophe. It does mean opportunities.
Look at this.
You're right. They've gained all this control. DemQQ now gets a kill. DemQQ under pressure. He's the only one here towards A, and he's sticking around for the fight. But a Molotov's going to persuade him that he does, in fact, need to bail. So he is out. They've conceded mid for now. But as I say, that World comes back to address it. Timely peek. And if there's a way to build back in, this is exactly what we're looking at here. Monte have just gained 2 isolated fights, and Boros will check the next. Krasnal still here on this angle. The peek towards Dark. That one is dropped. Both players' position are now known. Molotov going to make life uncomfortable. Boros setting up Nock for the clutch. Bomb plant down at least to keep the money growing, but what damage can Nock do? Knock, knock, they say. And he drops.
Staying alive. Staying alive. Huge entry from DemQQ. STYKO's just chasing the trade. And even if he got the 1, I think it was STY was there too. His first kill was great. TL looks fairly blinded from some sort of flashbang there. And the Monte aggression this time pays dividends. Still money, though, for Apeks. Monte have some cash. They won't be straight back on pistols as long as there's a save or 2. But Apeks won't want to lose all this economic control without having something to show for it. DemQQ again intent on aggression. This, I think it's the same round, isn't it? Monte with the aggressive mid and the T-stairs nades. Really looking for a duel. You can see how Apeks changed their default. Sat way further back.
Alright, Nock. He's collected. That was actually a collateral as well. Damage on the Krasnal. Now pressure in the mid. STY has to come up with this kill here. He's got it. And no one was close enough to trade the swing. That's such a good move from STY. Position for STYKO is lethal, but STY again is Johnny on the spot. Can't deny this space, though, and the bomb will make its way in. It's just going to be STYKO and Nock against the world. They should have time enough to plant the C4, to punch in the numbers, provided Nock doesn't hesitate. STYKO clearing out heaven, getting that vision. Very wary that someone could be by, but it's going to be Krasnal on the flank, who represents the greatest risk to this round.
Are they going to push through to A?
Oh, this is brilliant. Over towards B, rather. But no,
So,
Nox
yeah,
just
you're
sticking
right.
for a peek here in towards spawn. And he is getting at one. Does he realize the trade's so close? Oh, he's so aware.
He's
25
actually
seconds,
hidden
though.
as well from Krasnow, which is enormous right now.
STYKO's gone all the way around the world. He knows they're rotating here. Oh, there's the peek. There's the trade. Nox got himself a 1v1, but he can no longer leave the site. So if Krasnow maintains the element of surprise, that will be enough.
These rounds. There's so much going on. SDY. Oh, come on, guys. The spacing has to be better. JChem is 5 meters behind. That's a done deal trade if JChem is nearer. Few mistakes slipping in for Apeks. I'm not surprised they've paused because it's their last chance to buy, at least without a bomb plant. And they have done quite a lot by virtue of making that a one-on-one to keep Monte's money in check. They started off the round well. They made the right call. More passive. Just don't allow an entry. Of course, they catch the B aggression. But it fell apart in mid. So I guess that's the main basis of this discussion is we're going to take mid again in this half. What are we going to do differently?
This is now 3 in a row for Monte. Clawing their way back into this game.
They face dark every round. The last 3 or 4 rounds, and the boost is perfect. SDY right in the open, and now it's just DemQQ in mid. Behind these double doors, there's so many players around him. Gets one, but surely traded. This is not looking good for Monte.
They're full fighting. So they got 2 players right here. They just want to fight this.
Smoke.
There's a gap under the smoke. Kixen can spot ankles. That's such a good one-way now for Apeks to use. That's brutal, but Krasnow, a timely kill. Might just push them back off of A. And Waro realizes, pick your spot.
This play from Jacob.
They're everywhere. They're holding for this, but they can't get the kill. The trade is there. Waro with the clutch. They have no idea what his position is, but they've got 45 seconds. So they're going a little.
I can't believe Waro's looking
pass.
this way.
Waro's peeking. Jacob's ready.
That was pretty well played from Apeks to let Jacob play before the bomb carrier made his move. Oh my lord, these rounds. That smoke in mid missed, by the way. It landed on some bricks. That's what gave the angle with the feet gap at the bottom. And Monte going all in. They have no interest in ecoing. It was right on the brink. And look at the nades. Couple of smokes, but outside of that, I don't think we're going to see the same type of aggression. If they do it now, it's going to have to be on the rifles, on the contact. No way.
Filthy find. Apeks put a bit on notice. There's no more utility for Monte. None whatsoever. Oh, spot, not $1 to spare.
No kits either.
Big problems if this bomb goes down.
And
it looks like we're getting a mid-approach.
A reaction is through.
The timing of this
Should
canal
cross
push.
the bomb before this gets engaged, actually.
Are they all going to check? Nox checking.
Ooh,
leg shot.
But look at them now coalesce on mid. That information is over. They won these fights.
SDY tagged up as well. Damage so far, leaning the way of Monte until... Rather, leaning against Monte until Waro answers the call. Stepping up huge, shutting down this mid-push. They just peek him one by one. They give him the chances, completely isolated, hoping, praying maybe that he's come off the angle, but it's nothing of the sort. Jacob now alone, so out of position. I don't even think he can win this on time. I think he just has to save. He's just got to do it. He's stuck. What a disaster of a round for Apeks. You were wondering earlier this half that there was even a world where Monte could get to 5. Well, now they've got it. And Apeks looks stymied.
It's incredible. I mean, every round is against a gun round. Nothing has come for free for Monte because they were just getting battered early on in this map. And Apeks are falling apart. What is this spacing? If they was too scared of that right connector into A, put a smoke down, then peek into Waro. Ah, Apeks. We know you have better fundamentals than this on most days. But this has been a long series. A mentally taxing 1-2. And are they debating a full investment here? Kixon can buy, but outside of that, I think just half buy. Kixon's going to drop 1. All out, all in.
Krieg.
All in, they won 10.
Where do you go with a Krieg on this map? I guess the Canals fight is the only thing I can think of. Mid, I suppose?
JL's isn't JL the A player? He's the AD for, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to walk in A.
This way. Still is. 3 players out this direction early on. And that's what the fight they wanted it for. All right, it works out. JL zeroing in Krasnal. The trade is there. And this is looking dangerous now. The peek out from up top was good. Knock stuck, can't help his teammate behind that Molotov. And oh, the pistol is enough. Boros shutting this down. It's over. 1 more round and a half. But Monte have closed this gap.
The scoreline was 7-1 for Apeks. 7-1. And I guarantee you, most of them had 5-figure money in the bank going into that 9th round buy. This is a catastrophe for Apeks. Monte have really done something incredible to keep themselves in this first half. This scoreline is very respectable now for the CT side of Anubis. And given the buy from Apeks, well, you certainly feel Monte are geared for 7.
Creep up. Waros on the line. Waros on the angle, but Waro is dismantled. Great shot for Jacob. Catches him in the waning moments. STYKO down, but the trade back in. Jacob's still here. Laying down the law. They're going to continue to fight. They really want this space back. And Knock, he's gained the op. Finally, Jacob dealt with it, but at what cost? Just STY, and he's been wrapped upon a player in spawn. He had no idea. 9 rounds to rebuild something of a lead, but we've got a game on our hands.
Absolutely do. Monte looked dead at 7-1. Only 1 for them, and they crawled like so many rounds against the guns. Big individual performances. DemQQ, Krasnal, Boros, all having their moments. And 9-6. That feels on par for Anubis. This one is set to go very, very close. And we wouldn't want anything else going into the second half.
break up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, hurt you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm feeling kinda used, yeah, like a drug that you take when you're sick of crying all your tears away. Is that all I am? All I want is for you to be happy. You know this ain't healthy. Do I make you happy? How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, what you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm doing everything he doesn't do, but I'm still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue?
One more half of play. It comes down to this. Apeks and Monte, only one of these teams have a date in the grand final with Spirit Academy. A lead for Apeks, but that late resurgence from Monte has to have you having doubts if you're an Apeks fan here, Alan.
Absolutely. Mid-stack from Apeks. And right now they got the right read. Boros is creeping near. Bomb is coming too. There's so many guys here. And no nades to clear it out. Boros just faces. One for him. SDY gets the second. And now JL has 2 ways to look. 2 ways to look and he's down. The mid setup does not come good.
Look at DemQQ as well. Jacob's never going to clear this. Oh! Hanging spotted. And DemQQ waits for the headshot to wind up right in his crosshair. Speaking of which, here's another one. Has one not seen this?
There we go.
Well, yep, there we go. Okay, there's the check. All good. All fine. Comfortable pistol round on for Monte. They did have one in the first half, you'll remember, though, Alan.
The difference is there's not a bomb plant for Apeks to buy behind. These rounds are much less potent than their T-side counterparts. Wow, this game's taken quite a turn. This was 7-1 for Apeks, for those that weren't around earlier. Monte held it together despite the onslaught of buys. Apeks mistakes creeping in. Monte, the magic strong as ever. Now they got a pistol round. Convert this. Win the anti-eco that comes after this force. And it will be 9 apiece on the T side of Anubis. That's frightening. That's frightening. And are Apeks going to eco? Really? They're going to eco. Throwing guns out early.
Don't mind it. Don't mind it. Let's see if they can get some kills and maybe get themselves a little bit more utility to work with in that gun round. It's a full stack on towards the B site. Not being subtle about this. If there was a flashbang here, I'd love a little bit of beam in aggression, but without it. Hard ask, eh, Alan?
Hmm.
Here it comes. Boros.
Ooh, the timing.
Timing. Oh, now he spots. Does he realize how many are out? Oh, he knows, but it's a little bit like kicking the hornet's nest. Krasnov trying to get back around. These USP rounds have caused problems before, and they will once more. Only one gun makes it away. The nade trades.
Every kill is of tremendous value because Apeks going to buy in the following. Ooh, big damage from STYKO.
That was the gun going forward as well. Nox got another. STYKO was out trying to retrieve. Ooh, spot on the first. No bullets in the gun, though.
That's still massive. Basic. Did they buy anything?
No, nothing. Not a dot.
Monte are actually in trouble. They are in double eco territory. This round really matters. Monte potentially should even pause before this. And have a discussion. This is a big route for Apeks back into this. Look at the 100 on Kraz now, 700 on DemQQ, 300 on Waro, and they're on 1400 loss bonus. God, it'd be grisly if they lost this round, and Apeks need to focus like never before. If they want to make it to Pro League, this round is the most important they've played in the last 3 or 4 weeks of this tournament.
Swing back in. Jacob shuts down the first. Flashbang wasn't enough to pull him off the angle.
Where's the trades? Only one guy went through.
Stymied. Oh, and there's another one for Jacob. He's repositioned. Now they might be lured back into the peak, and Nox ready. This is completely falling apart. Everybody's here now for the defense. Apeks, they've got the bomb confirmed as well. They had that flank from JL. He's just going to sit on the C4. They know where Waro is. And there's nowhere else back into this. So not only do they convert, but they keep everybody clean. AK's picked up. Disaster on for Monte. It's a double eco.
Yeah, this is bad for them. They could eco once and get Galil's out on a couple, but they're going straight in, and I don't blame them.
If ever they were around for the Monte Magic, this is where they need it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I see how they default. Coalescing outside of mid for now. 4 players grouped. Are they going to go on a flashbang? Boosting SDY initially. Are they going to walk through the right side? I think. JL's ready for it, though. Traded, though. Traded, however. This is still pretty good for Monte. And gun on the ground.
They can retrieve it. They're going to go up to do so. It was just the check from the other side to make sure that it was, in fact, available. Now 3 rifles up, another kill on. Pressure starting to mount for Apeks, and STYKO's so alone. He's on an island, but he's found the kill he needs. Now he can fade back in towards A main if he wants, and you can see him starting to adjust to use that as a position of strength. I don't know how, but STYKO just naded himself a little bit. Shouldn't make a difference, but I'm not quite sure.
He's still playing well. We'll forgive him.
There.
We'll forgive him. Finds that A main kill and is now pushed in for control. I don't know if he needs to actually go any further. See what he chooses to do. It's a really strong spot if they committed A. He can harass the plant so much.
He's watching for them to bail back out.
This is the most patient I've ever seen Monte.
Really is. They let time whittle off the clock. 35 seconds. There is a path in towards that A plant.
Jacob's got B info. So Nork is slipping back.
Oh, if they split into B. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This might be the path. This might be the one chance. 24 seconds. If they slide through here, it's just about Jacob. This is the most isolated fight they can find. I'm walling towards B main, and he can't even really do anything about it.
Spotted.
Oh, he's down. Bomb gonna be planted. Nothing that Apeks can do about this. And now the trouble's back on. All that work that they've done towards A, well, they just missed their window. Gonna risk it, looking to go for the poke back in, knowing how important this round is. First clean up for Knock. Catches the forward positioning. Now they're both towards the glyph. Both tucked in here. Here comes the read. Here comes the clear. STYKO finds the first. Do they expect the second here? No, they do not, but Knock. He can adjust in time. Time aplenty for the defuse. Even the full 10-second. And Apeks, they survive.
That is unbelievable. STYKO's a beast. He's an absolute beast. Nork having himself a good map too. See this initial engagement. The idea is that they'll boost on the one side and walk through the other. And JL kind of does spot both, but there's just way too many guys to deal with. And that was a 3-on-2 afterplant for Monte. We know their afterplants are, let's say, not the most coordinated at all times. And Apeks picked them apart. Another buy for Monte. Another force buy. 2 smokes total. I'm not surprised they're already grouping early. Because I don't think they can play a long, strung out round with this sort of investment.
That's nearly a fine just with the spam through smoke. That's just playing the timing here. Looks like we are eventually going to get an explode on towards B. Knock's fading off of this. As time starts to get short, I mean, the utility here can really just shut this down. Flashbang to slow. Molotov will be a problem.
This
Got one more
flashbang
flash
has
to
to
go
be
through.
monstrous from Waro. Here we go.
Smoke out, flash out. Molly should go in, and indeed it is. And now they're just straight into the fryer. JL just missed that player. JL did not see SDY. Thought he had him on the line. Now, oh, he gets enough beforehand. It just leaves Waro alone, and it's over.
They've done it, Apeks. Finally, well, they had a couple clean rounds now, but finally, no bomb plant for Monte. They can't buy again. And they've survived, Mike. They've actually survived it. The absolute onslaught of buys that we see all the time on this T side from Monte, and you're just waiting for them to crack their opponents, snap them in half, break the money, streak ahead, and it hasn't happened. Apeks are living. They're surviving on the sneaky side of Anubis of all maps. And they really are in the driver's seat now.
Made in? Krasnal eats it, but he's got the kill. Look at the health. Still, it's just not going to matter if they get these D shots. That's all they're looking for.
No.
And there's another.
No.
DemQQ gonna burn alive, but he's done his work. Knock pushing.
What's happening?
Knock pushing. Ooh, that makes you nervous. It looks like it is potentially happening. These players are so spread though. And SDY, knowing he has the bomb, knows he has to give Knock the slip, so he's out of here.
He saw. I think he
STYKO's
saw.
just been spotted. He's been seen. He's never gonna. Oh,
is he gonna see the head?
Doesn't realize. No, he didn't realize he saw the head over the cake. He saw.
Oh, I
just
can't
a
believe the
slim
team hasn't called it.
pixel of it. And he's a dead man. And the sight is lost. And Knock is so far away. Waro maybe a little overzealous in the fight, but confirms that he is so out of spot. Knock. I mean, even on the rotation, does he have time to go for this?
No, he doesn't. That was Monte's worst, unless you're counting pistol. Well, actually, that was worse than the pistol round in terms of investment. That was their lowest buy of the half. It's the magic. It's the No, there's you can count your hands the other teams, number of other teams in the world that can win these rounds with this consistency. It is a game changer to win rounds with that little investment, just as Apeks are getting engaged. That's meant to be the freebie.
Should have been the gimme. Should have been the easiest yet. But as it is, the pressure is now ratcheted up. There's money enough for the reinvestment, right? So they're going to get one more. They get it. They get a do-over. This time it's up against everything.
It's terrifying. You've only got 1-9 loss bonus as well for the CT side. Holy cow.
All on the line. Do here, or we're tied up again, and this one goes the distance. But it's been fits and starts here for the Monte attack. Last round, they got the aggression they were hoping for. This time, Apeks may not be so eager.
Very slow stuff. Mid-nade style now starting to creep their way in. STYKO drops Molotov. Would use his smoke, so can't buy a great deal more time. And Apeks are dropping all their nades, man. Look at this. One smoke left. They are so scared of Monte aggression. And there it goes. We're down to just flashbangs and 1 HE.
There's a gap. There's a gap in that smoke. JL wanted to play it, but it's SDY who holds the line. Much in the same way, Apeks were baiting them into peaks in the first. Now it's Monte firmly in control. Kicksan stuck at the back. He's got reinforcements, though. He's got STYKO here. They're on the line, but this is going to be high pressure on, and Kicksan given away. It's all over in this round. Nawwk will just need to try and save the AWP. And the dogs have already been let off the leash. They're hunting. The hounds have the scent. And they do not want this op to live into the next round. He's got the right idea for the first. SDY trying to bait this shot.
Yeah.
But they're going to close. They're going to close the gap. Krasnal closing in. Waro as well.
This is not looking good for North. Can't even collect the first. That is unfortunate. That is money gone. It's always a roller coaster with Monte, but this feels like a different level of stakes. Look at this. JW. He just didn't know, did he? He just didn't know there was a gap. There, Kicksan fell off the ledge there at the worst possible time. And then by jumping up, he exposed his head. There are so many of these small moments contributing to what is a pretty mighty comeback from Monte to re-establish themselves. This time, it is just pistols. And as good mechanically as some of these Apeks players are, I'm not sure they can pull off a Monte sort of play and make this compelling.
Oh! Helps if you get a TK.
Jacob.
Now one back the other way. This fight in towards mid. It's getting a little hairy. But it is just Jacob the threat. But Jacob will be as much of one as he can. He's just throwing the op off the map to go for the AK. Make sure that they can't salvage that. Not that they would even get back to this territory. Bomb now down on towards B. Feels like he's going to make an attempt at this. They've got money for the buy in the next, so he's going to go see what he can get. But without the kit, without armor, he's so far out of position. Time is again just going to thwart him.
We're looking at exit kills, I think, anyway. But every kill here is enormous.
Is it? Still? There's a bit of a buffer here for Monte.
It's still... this game is such on a precipice that every positive action you can take is going to matter in the end.
What do you call here if you're Apeks, right? I mean, we've seen so many teams struggle with this moment. The moment where one round that they never should have been in breaks the way of Monte, and suddenly they come screaming back into a game. How do you rally the troops here?
You need a plan. Could be double AWPing. Oh, I'm not sure they have the cash. They could do some all-in canals aggression, but I've seen enough of those rounds to know it's a dice roll. And actually, Nork chooses not to AWP.
Interesting. Interesting. He's been top of the board for the team. That's a bit of a shock, bit of a surprise here. See what he wants to do. Maybe a little bit more aggression. He's going A main with his comrade, with STYKO, trying to back him up. They're crunching canals. A double push from both sides. This is them trying to take the momentum, trying to take the initiative. Krasnal's under threat. He's got no one at hand to help him. They've just left Krasnal on this island, and while he may hold the front with the smoke, they're coming from behind. He's down. A trade elsewhere.
Huge gap
JL
on B.
get dropped in
Huge
mid.
gap on B.
Oh no, they're so out of space.
Good molly.
They're stuck here in dark. There's a gap though in the front of it, and Boros will fly through. 2 kills on. The damage to DemQQ well worth the price. And this round has to be a save. We're gonna be all tied up here at the close of round 24. And Apeks are feeling things get entirely out of hand.
They chose the aggressive option. That molly, I didn't realize there was the gap at first. Boros also had a smoke, which I think they would have been smart enough to recognize it was worth smoking on it. That was Apex's best play. And did a player just drop? Am I going mad?
You're going mad. At least it seems fine.
Something weird just happened on the HUD because kicks. I think it's just because I think a player that I don't know. So something weird just happened on the HUD. My
I
brain
think
is
JL
confused.
may have just actually disconnected, reconnected, because I'm seeing his scroll line's been equalized to 0.
Yeah, something.
So,
So like
think
in my
that did
peripheral
happen.
vision, I just saw like a player move, and I was like, "Oh, something funky
Yeah.
has happened."
JL's just causing problems.
I mean, because they've lost so many in a row now, they've got money. So do Monte. And Krasnow's gonna play on a Mac 10.
Interesting. Where's he going with it? He's got to be going fast, right? Oh, in towards dark. He's just trying to fly around the corner. They're trying to take this initiative here, but I think it may have been heard from the mid players. Molotov out. They gonna wait this, or are they just gonna explode? Good check with the HE. DemQQ catches that. Comes the explosion. They've got this space. There's the spray down. It works. Krasnal justifying the Mac 10. And now Nawwk is under so much pressure. Kickson wants to come into support, but these players are here. They're not going to leave. They want to fight. They want to brawl. And it's all going the way of Monte. A little bit of a defense here. Nawwk at the glyph. Down the lob, but the Molotov will force him wide into Woro's scope. STYKO with a clutch. STYKO with a clutch!
No!
But the no-scope lands! Woro finding his magic once more, and just in time.
Apeks can't win a round for the life of them, can they? They had so many players B. By the time that hit really came in. Nawwk was hitting shots. Oh my. Oh my. There's no saves. They got a half by this one. This was 12-8. 12-8 for Apeks. Full economic control. A heavy eco for Monte. Just a couple deagles. And Monte win it, and since then it's been a landslide. That will be the defining moment of this series, won't it? Unbelievable after Apeks had done so much work to get in control of this game. It slipped far and far away. This is a half by Mag 7 on Jacob.
I like the Mag 7, to be honest.
And if ever they could summon a crazy round, this is it.
A little counter magic, perhaps.
Fire with fire, you know what they say.
Nade exchange. Okay, for Apeks. JL, he just has the pistol. Got teammate at hand. It's going to be Deagles here. In towards the dual SDY looking for this fight. Sort of frames the face, doesn't it? JL will live. Now the op starts to peer in towards this B site. Spotted. Kicks on. Able to deploy his smoke and live. And Monte again showing a patient round here. Hitting a different gear. And having bought some time, having found some contact here and towards mid, they want the ground now. They want the real estate, and it's the right read.
Yeah, Nork was deep mid, but he's gone. Guess JL, he's holding a pixel, so he can block this. If he can buy some time, maybe B aggression come into play, but they're going in front of it. Super aggressive from Kraz now. Another shot into the head. STYKO needs a little bit more. It's decent damage.
This retake.
But I think Apeks needs rounds, man. I don't think economic damage is really that important now.
And how do you retake with this? With a Mag 7 with 2 pistols and no utility? It's a nightmare. They'll give it a try. They're going to give it a look because they have to. It's desperation now. They're seeing the dying moments of this map. And Jacob entering with a Mag 7 at range. Now they know there's a shotgun here. A Madcap play comes through around the cake. It can't connect. The pellets don't land. And the bodies are dropping. One by one, they falter. 2 rounds away are Monte from a return to the grand finals of the ESL Challenger League in exactly the same fashion as the season they won. From the lower bracket, they rise again.
2 competing storylines. Monte back-to-back titles. That's what they want. Apeks, almost certainly their only way into Pro League is by turning this game around.
We just had our first ever three-peat in North American ECL. MIBR, the three-peat for the first time that any team has ever done in any iteration of the league. Monte looking for a repeat of their own, but Jacob's not interested in that story. He's not buying what they're selling. There's a gap in the smoke. But Boros trying to press that gap will play right into the hands of Knock. And here, at what could have been the last gasp of Apeks, they're finding new life.
Huge play from Jacob. They see the double nades as well to land towards the dark entrance. So they know the 2 are out B main. And that's why they're so confident in keeping players B. Well, Monte, with this reserve of money, I don't think there's any point in saving. You go for damage, surely. And given the Monte players, given some of the rounds they've won, got to be thinking internally. There's still some confidence, isn't there?
Yeah, they're not done. They're not done till the word die.
This one jewel on STYKO could change the face of this game.
Time this contact comes in, JL's Molotov might be too late. Here comes the peek. Oh, flick not landing. STYKO gets a chance at this, but he's down. Now JL focused up. He's just got the gun on the angle. Want to pull the nades in case that's the moment where he lost. But he's ticked. He's ticked the molly. He still gets the kill. DemQQ wanted to zero it in. Now there's no time. And Knock will leave no life. Big play from JL. All the info for DemQQ, and that could have been Apeks locked out of the site.
They were so nervy. Nobody wanted to push for information. 13-14. Monte still have money. This buy is good for them. There is an AWP on Nork. I'm not surprised. Pauses are coming in galore now because this is really at the business end. Spirit Academy watching on. Begging for Monte to get this over the line because they'll inherit the Pro League spot whatever happens. Whereas Apeks, they still want some flights to Malta, don't they?
Knock. Ahead of the utility here and towards mid. It's not any, actually. Oh. And he can't quite find that shot. Waro spots His shoulder first.
Oh, no.
And now Jacob's gone, and this could be it. This could be map point already found. 20 seconds into the round, and 2 bodies are on the floor. And these initial fights have all gone the way of Monte. So the pace now on. Someone needs to make a move, and JL wants to be the hero.
Oh, my lord.
He gets checked. Krasnal aware. It's all falling apart here, Alan. 2 isolated players. Sights to defend. STYKO will overcome the first hurdle. But that just sets up Kixan with all to do as they head his way. The enemy is at the gates, and Kixan, he can rebuff the first, but how many more can he find? None. All onto STYKO now. Bomb down. Money in peril. And STYKO, while he will find the first, sets himself up for the potential clutch. He's smoked off. He's denied any vision, any information, and he's going to back away, concede, wary of a flank as he is. And in doing so, allows Monte onto series point.
What a deflating round for Apeks. All right, at the crucial juncture. Nawwk is nearer the corner. He might be right-eye, but he's so much nearer the corner. That's why Warrow can spot the arms and the side before Nawwk can see a thing. Looks like Boros over towards B got a tricky angle over the top. Is that walk back in? Nawwk had no idea. No idea. JL trying to make a play. I mean, you can't blame him in some senses, but nobody's really being the hero right now for Apeks. It's normally Nawwk, and he was the first to go. The buy is actually a lot better than I expected, to be honest. Still at all 3 rifles, and it's only 2 for overtime. They've got to be saying to themselves, 2 rounds is it, guys, and we can still save this map.
But it's going to be desperate. Limitations all over. And Monte, as we know, prone to exposing deficiencies. Krasnal's Mac 10 not as quick into the fray this time around. Utility's been enough to rebuff him. Turns towards dark. And it might be an SMG on SMG fight we get. Krasnal and Kixan. A much more patient round out for Monte. They haven't found the contact on the initial, but DemQQ on the line here towards A main. They were thinking about the peak. They're thinking about the check. They hold for the moment. DemQQ will back away. This is looking like it's going to be the B play. Up and towards dark they go, and so the question is, Apeks now activated on this flank, on this push from A. This could be huge. Players are through in towards mid, but Krasnal, he doesn't have long to wait in this spot. He's a goner. The first collection on information gained. They can lean.
I don't think there's time to reroute. Bomb through, but this bomb has to cross this hole.
Yeah. JL's
Oh my god, STYKO isn't looking.
They're in towards mid. JL's not holding. If they go spawn, he's got to fight, but otherwise, they might just be in towards sight before he can do anything about it. Indeed, they are. Pressure on. Kixan holding this with just an SMG. He's cleared out. No. One found. Jacob chiming in the same moment. They're going to plant exposed to CT. That's it. The time. Is there enough? Boros, he can't get this bomb down. The round. Apeks live. And the money, it's gone from Monte. A force buy going to be required. A little bit of cash and an op saved. But it's going to be another round where both sides are on haggard buys, where a little bit of magic is going to need to be used either way.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a well-timed push from Apeks. That was incredible. I can't believe they held on there. That looked so scary for so long.
It had to be this way. And now, Alan, we might need more. We might need more.
I do need more. I do need more.
No end in sight, perhaps, though, Monte. Toe away from the finish line. Just itching to cross. And I mean, these are the rounds where they thrive, right? Tech9 out, Deagle out.
Caution to the wind, maximum attack, full aggression. What a moment for Apeks. What do you call? How do you set up early? 2 on B at the start, both looking towards B main, maybe anticipating a bit of early facing another 2A round. As maybe they'll look towards aggression again. Is Nawwk on that side of the map? And given where the bomb is, Monte are coming B.
Mid left vacant, trusting that smoke. With it faded, SDY is looking for some sort of contact, some sort of fight. But it is just looking like at some point, Monte are going to hit the gas and explode in towards this B site. That might just be now. Krasnal to take dark. 2 players out at Glyph. JL looking to join them, but he's going to be smoked away. And now they're on the line. A Molotov in here would be ruinous. But it's not going to land. It's not going to hit the players. They peek now. Or else he's found the fight. He's found the first contact. He's found the body, but they didn't expect the second. No, Jacob burns. That molly did come through, and now they're locked out. A bomb is down and planted. And with 2 players surviving, Apeks are watching their chances slip down the drain. STYKO and Apeksnawwk, what kind of heroics do you have for us? Smoked off, both from the same direction, but a big old gap in this smoke gives them a chance to play around it. Hoping for an overextension by DemQQ. It's not happened just yet. Boros on the contact. He's down.
No!
The spray transfer is good, but the trade better. All on the knock. The shot lands, but he's so low, and he has to get on that bomb. He's got it. He's got it. Knock has done it. Blind firing through the smoke. We're going to overtime.
Speechless. Have you... 2 sets of unbelievable 2Ks to save that. Through the smoke from Nawwk. I don't know what to say about that. We're going to have to take a break just to reset, but when we come back, you do not want to miss the end of this series because this is getting as exciting as ever.
You know, we couldn't decide it in regulation. It looked like it was done. Looked like it was settled business. A 4v2 sight hold and heroics from Apeks. A blind fire on the last shot. Desperation answered. We're going to overtime. We've got extra rounds here, Alan.
This couldn't be any better. Two major playoff teams. Monte, defending champions of the previous season. And Apeks clinching onto a hope of reaching Pro League for the next season. Whoever wins this will be jubilant. Whoever loses this will be devastated. And overtime, we'll have to sort it out. Gun rounds galore. This is exactly what we want. And actually, when I phrase it that way in my own head, that might even neutralize Monte a little bit. Because it is always gun rounds.
Jim with the push up, and look at this. Not so neutralized, are they? No strength taken out of this fight. And it's going to be a full commit to this mid fight from Apeks. A full commit back around. All the space on either side if they wanted to take it, but no, Monte are insistent, so this is the right read for Apeks. A couple players have dropped down. They're poking B, and SDY see nothing. So that bomb is, in fact, going to rotate. 20 seconds on the clock. Getting a bit frisky. It's all about kicks on. So on the first, he smoked off. Blind fire won them final round.
Ooh!
And a Molotov.
Molly.
Oh, nearly. Did something special there. All about this smoke fade. Kicks on with his first shot. Not gonna have it. And with that knock, how does he get back into this round? First shot hit, but the trade this time will be instant.
And Monte break the loss streak, of course, the way it always is. Straight into overtime. Mid engagement's looking good. JL caught off guard. His teammate next to Co. And yeah, that retake was always going to be tricky. Alrighty. Round number 2. Let's see how Apeks adjust. No secondary AWP this time. JL's left to his own devices in mid. Nades down early to prevent any early aggression. This B push is a B push. Straight into Boros. He's dinked up. A HE surely would finish this. And it does. Beautiful from Apeks. Information man advantage. And Monte here trying to react.
Shot on DemQQ with the second as well. Oh my goodness. Sight lost. Apeks going to be scrabbling to get back in. And look at the utility they've got. There's no mollies.
Oh my.
And there's no Jacob as well. He tried to hop for some information. The hop comes with a cost. Molotov might just seal the deal on this. Time alone could be an issue.
might need to save, you know.
Yeah.
One of them does.
Ixon's gonna give this a look.
Get out, Nork. Get out. Get out.
Quickly be checked. One kill found, but the trade is there. SDY chases it down, and this is problems on the cash flow.
Yeah, well, we got an AWP, but somebody's on a FAMAS. Saying on this AWP's perfect reaction from Monte. They see the B aggression. They know that A must be lightly defended. And the crazy part is, to some extent, STYKO played it right. He tried to get his nades down. He tried to buy time. He knew that he understands the macro. He knows that A is the point of contact next. But he couldn't get it down fast enough. He couldn't get it down fast enough. JL secondary AWP. Waro is gone. That is a massive entry to try and stabilize this half for Apeks.
JL with a second as well. Holding court in towards mid, starting to assert himself back in, and they need somebody to do so.
This is
next as well. They're
so
very
good.
insistent on killing him. That gets checked. All right, DemQQ. Maybe building a way back in, but the health is low.
STYKO's making a play. He's pushed for A, calling this to his teammates. Nawwk will be able to reposition into holding B main instead. JKM probably will peel off to hold one of the back lanes lines from mid, I guess. Pressure on Nawwk, though. First point of contact.
All the tension in this round. The shot goes wide. An unfortunate miss. Jacob's vision, he'll be back on the angle. That drops the bomb. 20 seconds. There's not a lot of time for recovery here. Jacob, he could eat that nade, but he'll dodge it as well. They're just stalled out. They just don't have the time to get through this, to get this bomb planted. And Apeks, here at the waning moments of this first period of overtime, they finally get one on the board. Finally get one on the board. We'll be right into that second half here. Right into
wasting
the
no
fray.
time.
But my goodness, Alan.
This game, it just keeps getting more entertaining. This might be the best of. I mean, the entertainment value. This might be the best of 3 I've seen in Challenger League ever. It's unbelievable. The back and forths, the clutches, impossible to predict every map. And even Ancient earlier on, which should never have. Mirage earlier on, which should never have really have been a chance for Apeks. They actually did it. It's wild that this series is going so close.
It really is. It really is. I mean, when we saw Monte win that first map, we thought it was done. We thought it was done. The home turf, the strongest map, the strongest home ground in Mirage, but that wasn't enough. A lead on Anubis, that wasn't enough. 2 rounds early on in this overtime, that hasn't been enough. So what will be enough? What will put them over the line?
Don't tempt Penny. I don't want a 60-60 overtime. I think Monte are going to win it now. I think they're in a good position. I think they're one of the better teams in the world at the CT side, just on raw fragging. That's how they play it. And it is one of those maps where you can have the best CT strategy in the world. It might not actually help you that much to winning rounds because it's just so difficult.
It is indeed. It is indeed. It's brutal. But I mean, look, it feels like we've had the explosive play from Monte, and then we've just had these gasping, desperate plays back in so many rounds. That last one of overtime was the first in a long while where Apeks have just asserted themselves, right? JL finding those 2 kills in towards mid, taking that space. It was clean. It was controlled for Apeks, and that's the way that you want them to be playing. That's the way you expect them to be playing. But in the face of Monte's onslaught, we just haven't gotten a lot of it.
No, I mean, Apeks started this map 7-1. They actually looked like they were going to sweep it. Massive economic lead, seemingly could do no wrong. So maybe there's an angle there that if they get back into that groove on their T side and reproduce those sort of rounds, potentially, there is a route into a second overtime here. But I don't know, when we get this deep in a game, they've shown all their strategies, all their options. So many rounds as we've seen of late are going to after plants. Yeah. This now becomes, JKM needs to be good. Nawwk has had a monster map so far. He's had a great series. Warrow's been explosive. And maybe it's someone like Boros who's been a little bit off the mark by his ridiculous standards. Maybe if Boros really arrives, that's how Monte clean this up.
It's hard to say. Boros has definitely not been what we expect in this playoffs in the last couple of series, right? It's been the rest of the team picking up. It's been Warrow and Krasnal actually doing some tremendous work through the series that we've watched. We haven't seen Boros just take command. There was one map in their series yesterday where he really started to assert himself, but that's not what we expect. We expect him to be a constant presence, and that just hasn't been the case. You're right. That could be the difference maker if he comes online. He's been fine. I'm not saying he's been bad by any measure, but we don't expect fine. We expect great things from Boros based on the standard that he's set. And I mean, that may be the difference between Monte closing it out before this point.
Well, should be getting back into this soon.
Hopefully.
Fully so.
Hopefully.
That would be nice. Yeah, I think, just to reiterate, guys, winner of this in the grand final, winner, strictly speaking, the winner of the grand final, the winner of the tournament, gets a good chunk of change and a spot in Pro League. Monte has a spot in Pro League from the previous season. And that means the number 2 team get the chance to inherit it, and we see no reason why they wouldn't. Talk about it when we get there, but should Spirit get the spot, they might be able to do some funky stuff with their lineup. We're not sure, but here we go. Back in it. Monte with a lead. And this first round is going to set the tone. If Monte win it, 2 chances. If Apeks win it, right back at it on a T-side favored map. Here we go.
Apeks, they're choosing the right site. At least initially, it's going to be DemQQ. Just on the edge, he's playing so exposed as well. SDY will be behind it. Worrell might be here in time, actually. On the smoke. Ooh, almost a TK there, but it's SDY to knock 2 down. That damage proof critical. Molotov out in time. STYKO collected. SDY is doing everything here in defense of A. And they've been rebuffed. Kixon has found a space. He might find B, but Knock has to rotate. And Monte might beat him on the timing in towards Canal. Does Boros go for this peek? Does Boros find it? Knock's watching. They've just missed each other, but Boros, the drop down, that could end it. No, Knock aware. He was ready. He knew that's where it could all unravel. So they'll get a chance to defend. The bomb will be down. There's no utility here for the T side, but Kixon's taking the initiative. He's crept into the temple. He's found a corner spot. SDY, that gun better come out, but it does just in the nick of time. 4 kills on. This could be the ace for some Die Young. He's ready to be done with this, and he's hopping into the fray. Finally laid low, finally dropped, but his work will not go to waste. Monte find another series point.
Unbelievable round from SDY. Unbelievable. I was certain he was getting traded. And then Worrell misses the shot, and it looks awful, and SDY is the one to get off the reload and be the one to stabilize. Crikey. And here we go again. Monte, I think they've already had 2 map points, series points. But here comes another bout. These 2 will be full buys. And Apeks need to do the impossible again. Surely, in terms of bonkers retakes, they're out of luck. We need strong gun rounds. We need openings. And we need some great calls.
Knock. Taking this ground, taking this space. It's virtually been conceded. It's just 2 players in the back line. So conservative from Monte. Not what we're used to seeing. And so the site is gained with barely a fight. Worrell will find one on the peek through it. Boros. I'll lose it up. But there, through the smoke, Jacob on the line. Bomb now down. Even situation, but Krasno lost. DemQQ and SDY fighting back in from mid here from the canals. SDY still clearing mid. He's so late into this. But now he'll join up, link up with his team. There's a crossfire. There's a crossfire established. A flash, not enough to break it. The shooting must be perfect. SDY's found the first, but he can't flick around. Another massive round for Knock. His 34th kill of the game found, and he may be the one thing keeping Apeks in this.
No doubt about it. Nawwk is, by a long shot right now, the highest rated player in this over the series. And in this map, he's been superlative. One more to make it double OT for Apeks. That's all that's required. Tension is powerful. Mid setup from Monte. Worrell wants a fight. And you'd be ill-advised to face him without a lot of good util.
JL. About to swing the corner. SDY with the op up close. He can't connect. And so it starts well for Apeks. This double push in towards A main, though, is their attempt at a recovery. Taking the space. They're setting up for this. STYKO. Just behind the panel. DemQQ considers the possibility, but he's off the line, and STYKO will further the advantage here. We could be set for more. We could be set for more overtime, and it's looking that way. Who's going to be the hero for Monte? They need something, and Waro, he's flanked out one way or another. He's going to be pinched here. Krasnal. Oh, and Waro find a couple of kills. They had no business being here. Are they taking care of this? Maybe a little bit of extra haste from Apeks. Now we'll get a chance at the retake.
Still 2 smokes for Apeks. They can block these chokes for longer. Kicksands after plant is so strong. This takes some absolute heroics.
Now he's coming back in. There's the first, the clear on, all onto Waro. This would be the most magical round yet. And the nade harassing. The crossfire established, and JL putting the bullets to take him down. We're going more. We're going further. We're going for a second round of overtime.
Can you believe it?
I certainly
can. You believe it?
I'm all the way in.
I was certain Monte was closing this after winning the first, but oh my lord. On we go. How long has this series been?
We're an hour 5.
Holy cow. I mean, even physical stamina becomes a factor at this point, doesn't it? This has to be the...
Hour 4. Hour 4. Wait.
10...
Hour
yes.
4.
4 hours, 15 minutes.
Wait. Yeah, no, I've just lost complete track.
It's been one of those games. I don't blame you.
I think they've lost it as well. They just lost to the dance that is Counter-Strike.
Apeks have saved 4 map points against... I mean, the very last buy of regulation wasn't actually completely full buy, but they're pretty close. And when you frame it that way, Monte have had 4 chances on gun rounds.
Haven't been able to close this out at all. I mean, it's been titanic efforts. That last one is just a straight-up round win from Apeks, but we've had some crazy clutches to get back into these. We've had some crazy fumbles out from Monte. We've had rounds from Knock that you would not believe.
If Apeks make Pro League, Nork needs a raise. Because he is...
a bonus,
I
certainly.
mean, his consistency over the series has been unbelievable. The last round of regulation, that is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And Nork saves them. And here we go again. Apeks won 2. The 2 remaining T rounds in the first bout of overtime. And here we go again. Smoke is bad. Waro knows it. Kicksand drop peeks right into him. That is exactly what Waro wanted. And a brilliant entry for Monte.
It's again the intentionally flubbed smokes. Just to narrow in the sight lines, narrow in the angles that you could be holding. It's fascinating because what is the exact counterplay to it? I mean, the nade came out. That's kind of the counterplay. I guess a second HE in would do it. Or you just spam the heck out of it.
Or just don't peek.
Also true. Smokes
That would
do
help.
fade.
That one was more obvious than most. DemQQ's going to commit in front. This Molly might get STYKO thinking that DemQQ is further back.
Look at JL. Look at how far up he is. Now he wants to work with Knock. STYKO's now sold it towards the other side. That might just activate them in towards B. Players are rotating off. Krasnal withdrawing. Boros further back. He needs this kill. He's on the line, but JL too quick with it. And now the site is open for business. Krasnal, though, has something else to say. Had to be the case. He's stuck in this corner because of the Molotov. And Waro is so far off. It's been the case in a lot of these retakes. A little bit slow to respawn. Knock catches Krasnal, still stuck. While Waro gets one, he needs so much more. Time starting to run out here. Player in towards Dark should be the insurance policy, and they won't need it. Another masterclass from Knock. And Apeks in the lead.
I believe that's the first time Apeks has been in the lead since 12. They're up 12-8 for those that weren't around as well. 12-8 CT side, full economic control. In the regulation, it was Monte with the grit. Heading into the very end of regulation. And overtime's been Apeks. Here we go again. Standard Canal's default. Nork creeping up close. He's actually chosen the rifle. He could have AWP'd, but maybe he wants to get explosive close to this smoke. That is a devastating nade at the feet of Kraz now. They're going through. Nork up first. Smoke is annoying. Trying to spray around, but players have snuck through B main. This is chaotic and then some. Wow, what a cleanup. Where did that come from?
How the positioning looked to be all in the favor of Apeks. They had such the element of surprise, but these mad nat cap rounds, that's where Monte thrives. How is this? Where they get it activated, JL. This would be the biggest round yet, and he can't even get out the smoke. All knotted up. Monte. Keeping this dangerous.
That looked terrifying for Monte. That was Apeks. Of course, they're pressuring dark. They had players coming through. Maybe it was a lurk smoke on B main. It was still happening so fast. But it looked like the whole bomb site was covered in T players. And then bang, they all died. Sensational hold. And this man, Warrior, was a big part of that. 19 apiece. It looks like JL's eating a nade.
DemQQ. DemQQ. Dem. Dead. Oh. STYKO. Feels like he's just being baited here. But he will eventually bring in the kill. Nice patience.
That's a massive play. That is game-changing.
It's the bomb down. It's the space gained. It's the site lost. Madcap retake gonna be required, but STYKO's forward spot this time will be checked. And look at this, a flank on a flank. Waro coming around. He holds his nerves on the shift key. Wow, that is a hell of a trade. And the last player found. That retake barely hesitates a moment. How has that just vaporized in such spectacular fashion? Whatever it is, Monte once again find themselves in the lead as we switch sides.
Pretty similar story, wasn't it? Apeks looking commanding spot. Full site control. Kicksands holding the flank. And it crumbles. Monte getting better and better and better, winning these unlikely rounds the deeper we go. And they've done it, Mike. I mean, 2 on the defense. On a map like Anubis. You're in pole position if you're Monte. And you want the full payout. Here we go. Gotta hit the ground running if you're Apeks. You can't. How many more series points can you survive? Slowest round for a long time. Default from Monte to spreading out. Apeks start 2 in mid. They're dumping all their nades. All of their nades to prevent an early take. They're down to 1 smoke already with 1 minute 20 remaining. Good helping on Molotovs, but even those are getting tossed. At some point they'll have to make an information play, and I think, given the grouping, it's going to be a B main push.
Yeah, they know this is where STYKO plays.
Yeah,
well.
Boris has come off the angle as well. STYKO, oh my lord. What a kill.
He's got the kill. Just on the lineup. Knowing his line, seeing the utility. Knowing where to punish. Kicksands push B main. Kicksands gaining so much information. It's going to allow them to lean. You can see Jacob starting to think about a push in towards dark. Utility at the very least. And Apeks are very ready for this. 40 seconds. On comes the hit. There's a section off the rotation. Not going to be available, but What's in sight may be enough to defend. They're on the same line. On a beam here. Boros with a duel in mid that he will lose. And the trades, well, they're even on the site itself, but that just leaves one Waro. And he won't be there for long.
Massive round. Absolutely massive. STYKO had a tough time in regulation, but he is getting better and better and better. Ignore the score counts a little bit. Actually, only SD1 and Nork are actually correct here. Everything else is a little bit out of whack. But, how on earth did we end up here? 20 apiece. 20 apiece. Both teams feel so close to this grand final.
They do.
Tell them at the start of the tournament you get a grand final up against Spirit Academy and they will be chomping at the bit to play in that. Granted, Spirit Academy have looked pretty good.
I was going to say, you watch a donk demo, maybe you're not jumping as much at
No.
that bit.
But save that for tomorrow. Here and now, this feels like a grand final game.
Mid, that's the space they're going to take. JL, a little alone here. And this could be a problem if he drops STYKO's on an island. They haven't gone for the triple setup. They've gone isolated. They've gone for the focus in towards B main. A focus that Boros holds against. But Monte are so much more timid than we're used to seeing them. They're waiting for that response from Apeks, and now, I mean, they need to get a move on because this aggression through canals, it could be devastating. Krasnow's holding for it, but 3 players here? I don't know if they're going to be able
Oh, the
to
timing.
withstand.
He's just come off it.
This could be brutal. Just kicks on pushing the edge right now. But here comes the hit. Should send the rest along with him, and they're stalling out. Krasnow looks for this. Oh, the timing is brilliant. He finds it, knowing they'd allowed enough time through, and now the trades, they're on. The bomb, it needs to be retrieved before these players get through the smoke. But it has indeed been. Bomb will be planted. Numbers punched in. And now, despite all this work, well, Jacob might keep this round in doubt. It's Jacob and Nawwk. They've done some incredible work here. Nawwk already on 40 kills. But Waro holds the line. Monster on the other side. And SDY, who's not far off from that 40 line. Got one more. Nawwk brings it down to the 1v1, tapping on the defuse, pulled off of it. SDY checks, realizes he's not on, confirms. He's playing with the time, but there's time enough. Is there? I think just barely. I think Nawwk's done it. Secured. Series point. They're first for Apeks.
And Nawwk does it again. That should have been impossible.
42.
It should have been impossible. That is a tough pill to swallow if you're Monte. And having survived 4 from Monte Apeks, you see it a lot of times in sports. You survive all the chances and you just need one to end it. Have they got the killer instinct? 4 B stack from Apeks for a second there. JL now rooting back, but that was a big lean.
Oh, JL, how does he win that engagement? Against SDY of all people. Guy's been unreal today. JL finds what could be the most important kill of the game. Boros creeping back into that space. JL's vacated. This is a lot of control towards mid, and Boros just keeps pressing forward. STYKO may not expect him to be here. Oh, this is a little tense. That nade comes out. That confirms that Boros has now got the kill. STYKO's on red alert, but he is going to be crunched upon. He is a lone man against the tide of Monte. And on come the tide. No man can stop it. But STYKO, he can stem the flow. Bomb will be planted, but STYKO surviving here gives them so much to work with into the post. And that's it. They don't care about the bomb plant. They just need to win. One chance. STYKO doing work again. Bomb now down, ticking away. Only 2 players surviving. And they'll group DemQQ and Waro. The Wombo combo, finding their kills, finding their frags, but it's all on to DemQQ. He's brought down to the clutch, but Nawwk, of course, who else will seal the deal, will send Apeks in to the grand final of ESL Challenger League Season 45. Their Pro League dreams survive. They last on. They live for another day.
That's got to be one of the... That's almost certainly the best series Nawwk has played since coming back, playing professionally. That is